What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they're there for you in the description to this video. They're all tagged, so go ahead and check out their pages. Today we've got actually quite a bit on the agenda. So we got a cold front with the trough swinging through. That's going to bring us severe weather into today. It's going to bring more of the same into tomorrow. Should see all that advancing through the Central Plains. So Texas to North Dakota could be getting severe weather over the next 48 hours. And then we're going to be talking about that. Plus Wednesday, when the residual end of that cold front moves through Texas, could see some Texas-sized hail. So getting into the next 72 hours here, all the way through the midweek with this cold front here. But before we talk about the weather, got to talk about the RCAT Texas Roofing Conference here. It's October 5th through the 6th, and today is the 2nd. So this is coming up in a couple days here. It is going to be at the Marriott Marquis Houston in booth 721. So check us out at the RCAT. I think Frank or Brandon is going to be there, I forget, but we'll have one of our sales guys there, and you guys can talk some weather, talk some roofing, and say hello to the Hail Trace crew. Now getting into our weather. All right, current conditions-wise, I'll hop over here because it's pretty much clear across the eastern U.S., but you can see this cloud cover and that rain starting to drop through the Rocky Mountains, and as that makes its way up and over, that's when we should start to see some severe weather popping up through the Central Plains. So stark difference in the setups here. All right, so we got this major ridge that's sitting over the eastern U.S. here. This whole orange area is going to be high pressure, sitting in the mid to upper 80s through a lot of that region. Then off into the west, we got this trough with all those blues and greens. That's trying to come through with all of that cold air and that cold front. So once this heat gets hit by this cool air, 50s, 60s, 70s, big old temperature gradient coming together there to force some storms with that trough. So there it is right now. Again, here's our high pressure, there's our low pressure right now. Should start to move off to the east through today into tomorrow, and then it's going to be the battle of the pressure systems, right? Is this low pressure going to overcome this high pressure, make it all the way through the eastern U.S. with that cool air and that fall-like weather, or is this ridge going to swing it up and over, which is what it's been doing all summer, keeping us nice, hot, and dry? So by Tuesday, looking like the trough is going to stay deep enough in the U.S. to continue those severe storms all the way through the central and southern plains. Then by Wednesday, we start to see the ridge strengthening and this trough start to lift up. But it does have enough of a cold front still to potentially get us some severe storms through the southern plains where we're still seeing a good temperature gradient set up there. So watching that all the way through Wednesday, and then it'll continue to shift off to the east. Should see some cooling weather through the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, as that passes through on Thursday. But for now, watching the central plains for our severe weather. So, and there's those future temperatures. Again, you see that cold front really clearly right there by around 5 p.m. here, and it's dropping all the way through Colorado and into the southern plains with that trough. Now, as it shifts off to the east, all right, there it is again on Tuesday by around 1 p.m., still seeing that cold front set up, and it should linger enough on Wednesday in the southern U.S., there you go, to get us those severe storms sticking into the southern plains for the middle of the week. And then again, passing off to the east, and we'll see how cool we get off through the eastern U.S. and, southeast as well. But the other thing it's going to do, going to cool us off, going to dry us out as well. So got that dry line set up coming through today, and then into tomorrow. You can see it pretty well there, all the way from Nebraska down into New Mexico with that storm setup. And it'll track, again, off to the east with that low pressure system, and there's another dry line by Wednesday at noon through Texas and Oklahoma, where we could, again, get another round of severe storms with that low pressure system. So back to back to back, sparking severe weather risks through those areas, and then we'll see how it progresses as it advances into the eastern U.S. towards the end of the week. But today, here's what those storms are looking like setup-wise. All right, so we got that cold front, got that dry line passing through this area, and then by around 5 p.m., going to see storms starting to intensify. Should stay just to the east of Denver with those severe storms. We got a whole mess of mountain rain and storms. But as far as severe hail goes in Colorado, should stay off to the east. But Cheyenne could potentially see some hail, and then all those storms are going to track up to the northeast, kind of moving up that way, and potential to see wind, hail. Those are going to be our two primary threats up that way. Now we got tornadoes in the mix down through New Mexico today, just because things are staying so separated. By around 2 p.m., getting those little cells popping up through the eastern part of the state, and then we've still got some more out behind it that could possibly get that large hail as well. So all of it is going to kind of track upwards to the northeast, pretty much just following the direction of that low. But there we are by 5 p.m. Now we've got more storm modes on the table, got some clusters here, got some single storms, so we could be starting at 5 p.m. to see a mix of different severe hazards, hail, wind, tornadoes, all on the table. And then by around 8 p.m., getting a line of storms as it heads towards I-27, Amarillo, Lubbock. You guys love a good line of storms. So that should be passing through your way with some heavy rain, possibly some gusty winds, and then, clearing out through the overnight. So today for hail sizes, wouldn't be surprised if we get some tennis balls out there, likeliest to be in New Mexico, but we could also see some large hail extending up through the Central Plains here. And then, severe hail, severe starts at 1 inch plus, so severe hail headed all the way up through the northern plains. So starting out that way, quarters to $50 possible, anywhere from Bismarck down into Cheyenne, should be more scattered up on the north end of that risk, so low end chance. And then down once we get into Colorado, chances start to pick up, I guess, more once you get into like New Mexico. That's when we should have moderate risk for Tucumcari, Roswell, anywhere out in the eastern high plains of New Mexico into today. That's where we could see large hail. That's also where we could see more hail into today. And then we'll see those chances kind of taper off once they get towards I-27 and things shift towards a wind risk. Speaking of wind risks, whole area once again. So if you're in the central part of North Dakota all the way into the western high plains, again, of Nebraska, Wyoming there, into Colorado, you got a chance to see some severe weather scattered, once again, kind of like our hail risk. And eastern New Mexico still, just because of the sheer storm coverage, you got a moderate chance to see some gusty winds, Roswell, Tucumcari again, and then any of these other cities are going to be in a chance, lower end chance, but you could possibly see some high winds. And then tornadoes is going to be, again, where we're seeing good storm coverage and we're also seeing pretty strong storms possible. So Tucumcari and Roswell, it's going to be you guys for our tornado risk into today, and everybody out in eastern New Mexico in that highlighted area could see some spin-ups on some of those singular storms that are also capable of producing that large hail. Then we got tomorrow to talk about. So tomorrow should start out with kind of a mess of storms in the Central Plains by around noon. Got a lot of rain, thunder, etc. happening there. Then as that shifts off, again, following that low pressure, could see those storms starting to flicker on with some hail chances on those isolated cells. Now this should go linear a little bit more quickly as it passes through Omaha, Wichita, etc. And so that'll turn it into a wind risk, but we'll see that initial hail chance up through the Central Plains, and that could possibly be some pretty large hail. Now, along that cold front, okay, so these storms are going to follow that cold front, follow that dry line as it progresses off to the east. So as storms form right along it, that's when it's going to be the largest hail chance. So through like central Nebraska, central Kansas, all the way possibly through Oklahoma, if we get storms forming out that way, should be pretty large hail with that. And then we'll see the tail end of that cold front moving through Texas. So could see some pretty good size of hail with those initial storms, and then back to wind as that cold front lines out and tracks east. So there you go, red all the way from western Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle up through Nebraska into tomorrow, and could see some, could see some ping pong to golf balls if you guys aren't in that red swath. Still could see some pretty large hail through central Nebraska there, parts of Kansas, and then down into Oklahoma through tomorrow. So Amarillo, Lubbock, Midland, West Texas, low end chances for you guys because things are going to be pretty more scattered. They're going to be more scattered on the south end of that low pressure system, and then up through, Kansas. That's probably where we're going to be seeing our highest hail chances into tomorrow. And then for wind, it's looking pretty much the same risk areas, same deal here. So Sioux Falls, North Platte, got a low end chance. Colby, Dodge City, things start to pick up a little bit. And then seeing back to scattered storms down through West Texas into tomorrow. And anything that kind of collapses through the Lubbock area, through Midland, could potentially get a little bit of better chance to see some high winds. So, and then tornadoes are going to be back through that corridor where we're getting those really large hail chances possible. We got that cold front dry line combo, got some spin on that system, got to put a tornado risk out in that area. So if you're in the, I guess, northwest area of Texas by Abilene and north, could start to see that tornado chance pick up all the way up through North Platte into tomorrow with those storms. So, and then leaving you with Wednesday. All right, this will be our last kind of glimpse at what's going on. That cold front's going to start, that cold front is going to start to lift up to the northeast and swing through the southern plains here, and could start to see a flicker of storms popping up through Oklahoma and North Texas by Wednesday evening. Large hail is also possible in that. High winds, tornadoes, the works, as that all moves down to the southeast following our storm system. So, yeah, big start to this October. Got a few chances at storms, and some of those could produce some pretty large hails. So if you guys are in any of those highlighted areas, stay tuned. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can go ahead and scan the QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video. That'll get you access to all our severe weather mapping products, which are done live 24/7. So if you're ever curious about if severe weather is happening in your area, you can just go check our map, see if we're drawing any swaths for severe hail, severe wind, etc. And we do tornadoes and hurricanes as well. So go ahead and sign up for that. Or if you have questions about it, give us a call at 855-334-4245 and email at info@hailtrace.com or a click on our website at hailtrace.com, and we'll help you. We'll get you hooked up with all your severe weather mapping products. But we'll be back here tomorrow at noon to let you guys know about what's going on with our updated weather system as it moves through the plains. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.